quite a number of items that I have going on. I have the YouTube going live. I have a personal hotspot with the laptop, so I'll be doing a chat. I'm also wearing the headsets, and I'm thinking I will probably go inside the truck here to keep the wind down and look at the chat and everything. This is going to be somewhat of a static shot here, so that you're hearing a lot of wind right now, but once I go inside the truck there won't be any wind. And I do have the other camera here as well. So bear with me for a minute or two, and I'll see if I can do this. I can even stay out here by everything for a little bit while I look at the laptop here. So using the umbrella right now, I was getting some shots just a little bit ago. It's 5:20 now, 5:20 p.m. on August 25th, 2021. Still connecting to the chat on the laptop. That's why I'm not looking at the chat right now. Let's see if any of you are here. I see, okay, a bunch of you are here. Great. I don't see any comments yet. Good. Good. Okay, so I'm not able to do the personal hotspot at this moment. I guess not yet. I'm gonna try a few more times. Check the chat here, see if there's any comments or anything. I can mute everything here too, so that's easy for me to do. Hey Gary, I am here, and hey Dan, Tally. I'm wearing the headset too, the mic. Yeah, the parking lot's coming along good. Gary, Yodi Racer, Leah. The wind is from an odd angle at this time right now. We got the wind from the right, or almost from the angle of the launch site over there. Hey Raspberry, I'm doing pretty good. And yeah, this afternoon for me was a sleepy afternoon. I didn't get the last couple days I haven't gotten a terrible amount of sleep, but I'm not quite sure how many hours of sleep I got. I was editing a video this morning. What's moving? Well, there is a road closure, and the thought is that I can pan to the left here. Yeah, the small tank might be getting tested. Yeah, it might be. They did a evacuation of a planned evacuation of the suborbital pad and then also the orbital launch pad. So they're clearing everybody out. They're gonna do their tests from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, great. If I focus in on the if I focus in on the midsection of the tower from here, I'll be able to see the hinge points. Okay, so I will do that with the other camera that I have here. Also, I have the Nikon P1000 here with me, and I'll be sure to check that out. Thanks for Dracis. Praxi. Philip Botin was telling me that too. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, but yeah, the whole launch site fits in. Praxi says, yep. Janus from I am next to the satellite communication area. The two large satellite dishes where when I do shots of the two dishes and I say up or up east or up north, that's taken from just to the left of me. There are two satellite dishes here. Before getting to the next build site is the satellite area. Yeah, you like this parking lot photo too. Good. If the wind gets too much, I can go in the truck here, or I can just mute myself. So I can do either one. Hey, Agro, doing all right? Trying to deal with the wind. The wind's coming from the direction of the launch site here, from the south. Digifix. Hey. Yeah, the sheriff is blocking the road. Texas Red. Yep. Hey, so they may be doing a thought that they may be doing a crowd test of the smaller tank that they moved in a couple days ago. And Johnny, that's right. I did a parking lot video. That is correct. That was a decently watched video too, so there was some interest in that video. Okay, Tally, thanks. Seth. I'm using the smaller umbrella right now because the bigger umbrella would just, it would block the other camera. I have the other camera set up to the right here, and it might be smart to move that camera to the left so that I can have the big umbrella to the right here. Ground truth pictures. Joe, I don't know what they're going to test because I did get a close-up shot earlier due to a request from the comments. Oh, Seth bought both of my books yesterday. So I have years ago in the age of 2017 and the year also of 2019, I wrote 2 different books on out-of-body experiences and meditation. So if any of you are into relaxing, or if you're into the Star Wars books or the Star Wars series where you got the Yoda and you got the Jedis and all that stuff, the good stuff and the bad stuff, I wrote about that, my journey down that pathway starting in 1996. So I published a book in 2017 on that very topic of the different forces and the actual what power means and all that kind of stuff. So yep, I'm a world expert in that actually. I'm a planetary expert because there's less than 40 people alive on this planet today who have experienced and gone through the states that I've experienced. And if I were to explain what that means, I would not use the word I. I would not be part of that explanation. So that's a little bit into that. Yeah, okay, yeah, the books are called The Golden One, an Out-of-Body book by Prince Mamakos. And the other book is called Out of Body Journal. And the website for that is outofbodyjournal.com. Seth, awesome. You're an avid reader also. You're going through the first book. The Golden One, an Out-of-Body book. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's all true. So there's no embellishment there in that book. So congrats to you on looking at it. Hey, Dustin Bones, I was not able to get any food here on site today. I did not try, actually, though. And maybe it may have turned out different today, Dustin Bones, but yeah. So if any of you would like to chat with me about that book, Seth, or anybody else, there's outofbodyjournal.com is a website, and there is a chat group there on Reddit and some different links for me, and you can always comment on any of the videos. Good. S. Russell, 1996, I went to basic training and was stationed in Germany. Cool. So maybe, I'm not sure which branch of the military you were in, but that sounds interesting, S. Russell. A couple days ago, I did a chat with Dr. Caitlin Ahrens of NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, and also Michael. I'm not sure of the last name. And we talked about oceans and water in the solar system. And mostly we talked about the different moons and the planets that might have water and the trajectories there. A little bit on the trajectories, but also on the actual science that the data that we were aware of and that we've been able to figure out. And some of the exciting things, if we had $5 quadrillion toward the end of that interview chat, we talked about if we had like a lot of money, or if we had $3 billion, we could add a video camera to one of these ongoing missions being developed to go to one of these places where there is known water on some of these moons and planets. So if you're ever inspired, if you know somebody who's on the inside, and you could just mention the word, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we put a video camera on this mission and see if we can get some footage of the water, or if we're going to put a submarine on this rocket ship or a CubeSat, and see if we can get some video camera of the oceans on the other moons and planets in our solar system. So that was one of the things that I was passionate about, and I did bring it up. And there was some awesome info that came out of that interview. I'm planning to go through it. If any of you are into chronicling or taking, notes? Yeah, take notes. If any of you, what I'd like to do with that interview, not so much interview, but more of a chat. It was a loose chat that we had planned over a month ago. It was planned. We talked about doing it. And it happened. It actually happened. And so I'd like to timestamp all the different conversations we had during that chat a few days ago on Monday, the 23rd, August 23rd. Yeah, a yellow submarine. Where have we heard that before? I don't want to go into the song because maybe I'll get a copyright strike, but yes, there's a submarine on that. During that live stream, we talked about a potential small submarine. Wouldn't that be cool? But that was, to be honest, that was if we had like $5 quadrillion. So it may not be happening anytime soon unless we can make a CubeSat submarine, and then we can maybe do it. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah. So honestly, the way things are looking, at least in the current space missions, there's no plans to take video or photos of any water on any other moon or planet within our solar system. And the soonest that could happen is the next maybe 5 years. So if If you want to write a book about it, you could probably write a book about it. If you want to go to college first, you can probably go to college before we see any water on another moon or planet in our solar system. Because it's probably going to take 4 or 5 years before that happens. It's not a priority. And it may never happen in our lifetime because it's really not a priority. So, sorry to tell you. You'd have to have a lot of money to do that. So, and of course, we don't have that much money. I don't have that much money, so I can't front the bill. But if you know somebody who might be able to put a word in to see if we get a video camera on one of these missions, that could really change things for everybody here on the planet. The story of our lives here on the planet, on the only planet with water where we can live. Yep, this is it. Earth. It's the only place in the whole galaxy, in the whole universe, in the whole solar system where it's habitable for human life. Because we haven't been inspired enough to find somewhere else where we can live without creating it ourselves in a spaceship. We're gonna put a container up there on one of these moons or things around our Earth. We're gonna create a container for ourselves, and then we're gonna go live free on another planet in a container. That sounds very exciting to me. I think I might just stay here on Earth, if that's the way it's going to be. And I'm pretty sure all of you want to put me on a spaceship right now and send me off, but nah, I think I'll stay here. I think I saw a few of you pushing the buttons to make plans for me to get on the next rocket ship out of here. So just to let you know, you can take it a little easy. You don't get a little too excited. Hey Floyd, I could hear the wheels turning there, and I was getting on the next shuttle launch, or we don't have any more shuttles, so I was going to be put on the next International Space Station flight. I could hear it happening. I have that extra sensory perception with the hearing, like Spider-Man. Yeah. So Michael says they're experimenting on putting people into hibernation to survive the flight. Imagine taking a 5-year nap. Yeah, hopefully the Van Allen belts don't cause an issue on that one. I'm not sure if we figured that one out yet, but hey, Michael, yeah, that sounds a lot of fun. 5 years of sleeping. Hopefully when they get there, they're kind of rested, you know. Imagine that, taking a 5-year nap and then not being rested when you get there. That would be a tough story to tell somebody. Well, hopefully it's getting figured out, you know. Ingmar says the quick disconnect harm has not been moved. Barry says the only way I'd go to another planet is if someone got hold of my cremated body and blasted it there. However, there are a few that like to do that today. There's some people who would like to do that today. I got you. Like the opposite body would be pretty leak. Yep. I got you. It sounds interesting. I'm not entirely sure of the whole statement that you said, but yeah, I got you. I got the soonest you can get somewhere is if you were cremated and sent there, right? Scattered into the dust of space, and then you would be everywhere, I think. Lauren, hey. So if any of you are into meditation, there are some techniques in meditation where you can at least imagine that you are throughout the universe, and I think a lot of people would agree that we could say you're at least imagining that you're going to another planet. So if you're ever interested in that, you can check out some of my books and learn how to do it in less than a year. You can learn to go out of body and imagine going to some of these planets yourself without a spaceship. So that's my little blurb on that. I spent a lot of years learning how to do that, and that's why not only am I the best live streamer from this location at SpaceX with commentary on the planet, but I'm also the best out-of-body traveler here at SpaceX launch site at this moment. Well, I'm not at the launch site, so that's not true. I'm the best out-of-body live streamer. Here we go. Now I have the terminology. I'm the best out-of-body live streamer on the planet from here at SpaceX. So not only am I the best live streamer with commentary from this very location where I'm standing on Earth, here at SpaceX build site. I'm more at the build site than the launch site. But I'm also the best out-of-body commentator here, because again, I am the only out-of-body commentator here at SpaceX build site at this moment in time. I gotta make it very technical and detailed, because maybe someone will get back to me and they say, I was there too on another day. And I'm like, no, I was just talking about the moment in time when I was live streaming from that very specific point, location on the Earth. Okay. Okay. Hey, elongated muskrat. Did I see the new covers they put on the Booster 4 COPVs? Booster 4. The Booster 4 is behind me. So I could rotate the camera to that direction. But yes, Leah, I am a child of the universe. That is true. But I am also the universe, Leah. So I am both a child and I am the larger structure also. Simultaneous. Yeah, so everybody, White Wizard said he'd like to get some of the air that I'm breathing. So again, Steven says you are the best. Yes, Seth says that is correct. Brent says I want what you're on. Good, good. Yeah, so the best air, yeah, I don't know where the best air is, but the air that I'm breathing is right here at SpaceX, next to the satellite launch area, satellite communication center here in Boca Chica, Starbase, Texas. Yeah, I'm so far because there is a road closure right now from 5 to 11 p.m. tonight. Janus, and they may be doing some ambient testing of the new tank that they brought down a few days ago. Pressure tests and stuff like that. Yeah, Universal Mind Candy. Universe Mind. Seth, I love it, Seth. Paul's doing some good Universe Mind Candy. Yes, I have done that in the past. I'm not so much doing it now, but I think once you've done it a few times, you're tapped in. So, yes. White Wizard says philosophical. I'm not so friendly with the word philosophical, but I might sound philosophical. That is fine with me, White Wizard. Yes, I'll give you a check mark on that one. Joshua says, Booster 4 going back to the OLM? No, okay. And since I have the ability to turn the camera here, and there's not much happening visibly that I can see right now, I will rotate the camera here and show some of the other locations here on site. Oh, Janice is Polish. Good deal, good deal. So I'll show you Booster 4, and then I'll pan to the left, and then I will come back to this shot here. So there is a road closure you can see there with the county sheriff. And there's another sheriff around the corner up there. I'm thinking it'll be the GSE tank that they moved over. So here's quickly some of the satellite communication area. So I'm ready for right now. Typically, I don't broadcast from operations here for the tanks or the booster or the Starship or the, whenever they do a road closure. This is kind of the closest I can get. Yeah, so it is kind of interesting. And then just to the left here is the Rio Grande. It goes that way, and that is with the donations and everything. So what's going on also, rather than looking through so to the left there is Mexico. We got Booster 4 there. Yeah, there's an umbrella over here. I'm using the smaller umbrella so I don't block the view of the P1000 camera. We got the two satellite dishes there. So I'm right across from the satellite dishes, and I'm quite a ways from the launch site down there. It's 2 miles at least, or just under 2 miles, I think. And I'll have to look back at the chat. I'm seeing some interesting comments there, and I like interesting comments. So So I'm gonna look back at the chat and see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. All right, sorry for all the shaking, everybody. Tali, must be great to get so close to the starships and boosters when they are moved. Yeah, and there's some opportunities where we are allowed to get close. You know, if we're at an intersection, there's an intersection just to the left here where there is a restaurant that's a private restaurant that might get opened up to the public. They're talking about opening it up, so that'd be great. But there is an intersection just around the bend up to the left here, and that is one spot where you can be to get some shots as the different vehicles pass by. All right, we're getting some wind here. Sorry about that. The wind shifts around, so it's you gotta pay attention to where it's coming from. So Tanner, I think it will be the GSE. I'm not sure of the number of it, but yeah, I think it's going to be the GSE thing. Weather conditions here are partly cloudy with a temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit, 33 degrees Celsius, 33 Celsius, 92 Fahrenheit. The wind is from the east at 13 miles an hour. Yeah, so east is the launch site there. So the wind's blowing from the launch site. I'm trying to video the launch site, but also read the chat. And I'm trying to hold the umbrella to block the wind from the east where the launch site is. So it's a little difficult because I don't want to get the umbrella to block the camera too. SpaceX Air, I like that. Yeah, SpaceX Air, everybody. That is a new brand. You know, it's trademarked. They can't use, so you can't use the SpaceX name, but that is a good, I like it. SpaceX Air, everybody. Hey, okay, Chefix, just because you mentioned it, I'm gonna have to, if you are the universe, it's kind of creepy thinking we're all inside you. Yeah, so Chefix, you have an excellent question, and that is an excellent beginning to a new conversation. All right, so I am going to explain it, the ultimate of the ultimate, the unknown knowledge of the universe, of which only a few yogis and meditators speak about because they have not yet figured it out. But Chefix is on the edge there, and I will explain it a little further. All right, so I hope you're prepared. This is going to be a long discussion. I'm just kidding. It's not going to be a long discussion. I'm going to make it as short as possible because when you know something, you can simplify it. So I am the best of the best of the best live streamer here from this point on the planet, speaking about out-of-body experiences. So from this point here on the earth, I am the best of the best out-of-body experiencer, speaking about out-of-body experiences. Great. So the idea is that if there is one awareness throughout the universe, right? And if that awareness can't be divided into boxes, because that awareness permeates everything. It's the most subtle of the subtle of the subtle. That awareness, that being is the whole universe. So the whole universe is one being. If it's alive, it's always existed. It's never going to stop existing because there's nothing but it. So the universe has always existed. It has many different dimensions and levels to it, just like your body has many different membranes and layers. So the universe has many membranes and layers if you study biology and all that. But one of the layers, or many of the layers, are so subtle that they're beyond the physical layer. They're beyond the ability to touch them with your five senses. So these membranes, just like the edge of the solar system, we're not sure really where the edge of the solar system is because it just keeps going and going and going and going. You'd have to, it's you know, the whole universe, there's no real division between the areas of the universe or the solar system or the galaxy. I mean, you could say, well, this is a general area for the larger concentration of the solar system. But, and I said I was going to keep this short. Okay, so there are many dimensions, and all the dimensions make up the one body. So the one body is alive. It's a living thing, and there's many frequencies and energies, dimensions, and portals, but it's all one being. It's all one body. So the one awareness, the awareness which permeates everything, which is everywhere simultaneously, it can't be divided into sections. So there's one awareness, one presence everywhere. And that presence is in all the bodies because there is no other presence but it. That is it's the one presence. So just like you can have electricity and 50 computers if you have a shop, you have computers, 50 computers, 1,000 computers in your Apple warehouse, or maybe in your Dell corporation, you have all these computers, they're all hooked up to the electricity. And there's, say there's only one supplier of the electricity in your city or town, right? Imagine that. Forget about solar cells, just let's focus on if all the computers in that shop were connected to one electrical source. It's the same with all the different bodies and beings and creatures and minerals and substances throughout the universe. They're all connected to the one source. So the source is everywhere. There was never a beginning to it. There will never be an end to it. It can't be created. It can't be destroyed. It's always existed. So that source is it's in all the bodies, just like the electricity. And it can't be divided because everything is part of it, all the different minerals. So that source has two aspects to it. It has the manifest aspect, the part that we can see. It has all the minerals and all the planets and bodies and everything. So that's part of that source. And it has the unmanifest aspect, the parts that we can't see, and also the unchanging aspects out in the universe. So there's an unchanging dimension, a dimension which never changes, but there is awareness and there's a presence there. So the presence exists at every level, every dimension, every frequency of the being that is, and we're all animated by that presence. So there is no that presence is everywhere, and in each body where it is, there's a story that comes up. There's each individual here on the earth has their own personal story. But if they were able to, just like you go to sleep, if you're getting sleepy, you start getting tired and you lose track of time and you go into nothing and maybe you blink out. But then when you wake up in the morning, you kind of reactivate your story and you start walking around, you do anything. So when you're in this body, you've kind of developed a story for your life and the way everything works, the worldview and everything. But that's just kind of like the software that was installed in that computer, whereas the source is still within all these different computers and bodies and everything. So it's really the source in all the bodies animating everything, and the source is learning about itself. So it's me interacting with me in all the bodies, because at the most subtle layer, the only thing that I am, my awareness, I am the source. As you are the source, as everything else is the source, because the source can't be divided. I don't know, everybody. I'm going to end this live stream and restart it. I'm going to restart the live stream. The sun overheated the phone here.